All right, everybody, welcome back to another video here on Financial Friends. If you are new to Financial Friends, this is a community of people who love business, finance, and investing. So if that is you, go ahead and hit subscribe. And if you are already subscribed, go ahead and hit the like button on this video to kick things off on a good note. Today, we are going to be discussing and dissecting a massive internet feud here within the finance community. So to start things off, I want to say I do not have a horse in this race. I do not support one person over the other, and the reason for that is because I take things from both of them. Now, I'm going to kind of expand on that point later in the video when I make a true proven point that I think all of you guys should definitely take into consideration when watching finance content here on YouTube. But before we get into that, let's dissect Paul, let's talk about Jeremy from Financial Education, and let's go ahead and analyze their whole entire feud. So, before we officially dive in to the back and forth that has been going on, the first thing I need to say here is Paul and Jeremy from Financial Education. Let me get you a picture here of Jeremy. These two gentlemen invest in very different ways. Paul from Everything Money. So, this is Paul. This is Jeremy. For anyone who isn't familiar, I'm just going to refer to them by their names, not by their channel names. So, Paul, he is a value investor. He finds companies whose stocks have been significantly undervalued, companies with good fundamentals, companies with good quality business, financials, balance sheets, etc. And he finds their stock when their stock is down in the dumps, but not the company, and he makes an investment in that business. Now, Jeremy does something a little different. He tends to be a little bit more of a dollar cost averager. He averages into the market, but he purchases companies and stocks that are generally a little bit more risky. Companies like Voyager Digital, which has been in the news a lot recently. Companies like Tattooed Chef, companies like Honest, companies like Planet 13, and most notably Tesla. The reason this is important is because this started the whole entire feud. So, back on July 6th, Jeremy got called out by Paul for Voyager stock going bankrupt. So if you were to take a look at Voyager Digital stock, this was a cryptocurrency brokerage, a company that was booming at one point with a stock price of $22 or $27.39, it looks like, here at the peak. All right. And the reason that that is significant, of course, is because this company is now at 17 cents. It has seen a massive decline, essentially down to zero, roughly a 99% loss. We could see if we can get that pulled up here. 98.62% loss. All right. Now, Paul goes on to call out Jeremy for pushing this company, for taking money from some of these companies he's investing in, and from telling people to make investments in businesses that are not fundamentally sound. And he also goes on to tout his own investment style, making sure he notes that he is up this year, which is relevant in the grand scheme of what he's doing. He's trying to get his subscribers to understand not to follow random advice from people on the internet, people who claim to know a lot of what they're talking about, and instead take a look at actual fundamentals, at actual financials. And also, you can go ahead and use their software. You can analyze these 8 pillars, and you can listen to people who genuinely know what they're talking about. And you can see here in the description of his videos, he has called out the, quote, morons of YouTube and the investing world, including the likes of Jim Cramer, Kathy Wood, Tom Nash, Stockmo, Meet Kevin, and now Jeremy from Financial Education. Jeremy comes back and says, look, I have been brutalized. People do not look at my successes. Instead, they focus on my downfalls. Paul comes back to this saying, look, if people focus on your downfalls, if you're looking at 10 years out, right? You're looking at Tesla, you're looking at all these companies, let's go ahead and do a challenge. 1 year, 3 year, 5 year, 10-year challenge. We're going to go ahead and whoever's up has to make donations to charity. We're going to have a company, Fidelity or Charles Schwab, one of those type of companies, take a look at our actual portfolios that we're going to put $1 million in. They're going to look at it. They're going to tell the people who is winning at the end of the year, 3, 5, and 10 years. And at the end of that year, whoever's losing has to make donations to charity and essentially make videos saying that they are losing or winning, etc. He comes back at this and says, look, let's do it in an Excel spreadsheet, not hidden behind a wall where no one can see. I want these links in the description of videos so people can take a look at how our companies are doing. And he kind of talks about how he's going to pick 10 growth companies, beast companies that are kind of going to do really, really well, and one that might not do well. And then, of course, Paul is going to pick companies with no growth and then a company from China. All right. Nonetheless, the feud is now fuming. They are beefing, and they're beefing over how they invest. Paul is saying, look, you can't invest this way. People do not understand what they are investing in because they're blindly following you. And Jeremy's saying, look, you're picking this one stock that has done poorly for me. I am a long-term investor, so let's do a challenge where everyone can see what we're investing in. Paul comes back and says, look, you're trying to hide behind your computer screen and not put up real money. He mentions an Excel spreadsheet, of course, Paul mentioning putting money in a real account. So now the feud is getting even deeper and is getting away from the root of the problem, which is the type of content that Jeremy puts out there and the stocks that are involved in it versus the way that Paul talks about investing. They're now kind of beefing and feuding over putting up real money versus putting up fake money. In the midst of all this, a YouTuber kind of said, hey, look, I want to be a part of this. So we all get clickbaited by Jeremy saying that someone did accept his challenge. That is true. He then reaches out to all of the YouTubers and opens up this invitation saying August 1st, we'll pick 10 stocks. We're going to give some money to charity. We're going to make this public so people can see. And then Everything Money makes another video saying, look, we're done, we're out, you didn't reply to us, you're now doing this own challenge, and he kind of highlights all of these specific YouTubers, talking about how they're getting paid from these companies, they're now taking away different sponsorship deals they had to try to cover their tracks, and they're just not being good, fundamental people here on YouTube. And the point that I want to make with all of this, if you've made it to this point in the video, do not listen to random people on the internet. This includes my YouTube channel, which I have now spent months and months and months building, putting good quality educational videos out there, documenting my own personal investing journey for all of you to learn from, and putting my own finances on the line to help educate you. Don't always listen to me. Don't listen to Jeremy, and don't listen to Paul. Don't listen to me. Don't listen to Meet Kevin. Don't listen to Graham Stephan. Don't listen to only one specific person. Take in all of the different YouTubers' opinions you can possibly get. Take a pause. Do your own quality research. Use these videos here online. Jeremy, Paul, myself, Graham Stephan, and I'm not trying to compare myself to these people, right? I'm currently lower in subscriber count, building my own wealth of knowledge, putting together my own style here on YouTube. But nonetheless, if you like me, if you like these people, don't just watch our videos, watch other people's videos as well, and then go on to use those videos as little nuggets of information that you can then dive deeper into, because the point is, it's really easy to make a 10-minute video here on YouTube talking about something, and someone gets very excited and decides to invest in the company that you're talking about, or invest in the crypto you're talking about, or take your advice and start a Roth IRA, or start a 401k, or start an IRA, or get an individual account, or whatever it might be. But the point is that I'm speaking in general to a mass of people here on the internet, not to you specifically. Your choices, your actions, your life, your story is different. Your situation, your financial situation is different. So you need to go ahead and use the information that we are all giving to you here on YouTube to come to your own conclusions. We always say, this is not financial advice, do your own research, but we slide by it at the end of videos or at the very beginning or in the description, and it doesn't become a prime point of discussion. And that is why I'm bringing it to your attention now, using this feud, which started as, remember, a fundamental dispute on the way that they presented different investing information. One liked to invest in value companies, the other in growth companies. You're allowed to do both. You're allowed to be different. I'm a dividend investor personally, so I don't particularly align with either one of those, but nonetheless, I can gain value from each of them individually and put together their opinions and their thoughts and their words into my own conclusion, which I can then further research and back up with statistics, data, facts, etc. So again, watch videos, take those things into account, and then do your own research. This is never financial advice. This is just our personal opinions for you to then take and go do your own thing with. So if you made it to this point in the video, comment down below different ways that you do your own research. Do you use Google? Do you use books? Do you use podcasts? Do you have a certified financial planner that you work with? Is your mom, your parent, your stepdad, whatever, are they involved in finances? Do you bounce ideas off friends? Let me know down below in the comments, and make sure to go ahead and check out these types of videos. I know they're beefing and commenting back and forth, but they do have some pretty relevant points here. And also go ahead and check out all the videos here on Financial Friends. I really do appreciate it. Go ahead and hit the like button down below, and I will see you all in the next one. Take care.